In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a PIN for an adult patient in our CommunityLink staff portal. So first thing you got to do is go to the staff portal site and go ahead and put your username and password and log in. So once you do that, you're going to want to initiate the enrollment process. So what you do now is go into the POS enrollment to create the invitation. So over here on the left, you'll see the POS enrollment. Now you can search right below and you can use either the MRN number that's found in the EHR or you can do date of birth. I recommend the MRN number because you put a date of birth, you run the risk of having a lot of patients to sort through. So what I would recommend doing is going into the EHR and I'm going to look up Lady Gaga here and I'm going to just double click on the MRN number and then go back to the portal, type it in here or copy and paste it. So what I did, just to give you a rundown, is I just double clicked on this, highlighted it and did Control C, or you can always right click and copy, whatever works for you. And then Control V after you click in here and that pastes it, or you can right click and paste, whatever works for you. And then hit search. All right, and there it is. There's the 3 people that have similar MRN numbers. And so what you're going to want to do is click on Lady Gaga, right, the bullet there, and then down below you're going to want to just leave everything the way it is. So now what we're doing is we are sending an email. So you're going to have their email address. So what I'll do is I'll go into the PM and I'm going to copy her email address and another Control C, or you can right click and copy, and I'm going to Control V or right click and paste. And you're welcome to print the message here if you want at the same time. And you can, if the patient's right there in front of you, if you're doing it right then, you can print it out and give it to them. Otherwise, if not, just tell the patient that they're going to get an email in the next day or two with the PIN number so they can enroll into patient portal. You're going to find that sometimes you'll do a search, and even when you put the MRN number in there, they won't show up. If that's the case, what you need to do is you need to go into the PM and you just need to change something in their registration. So you just go in here, add a comma or add a dot or whatever, and then hit save. And then if you wait just another minute or two, the patient will show up here. That's in case that happens. Just remember that everything in red here is going to be required. And so these 5 things here, these you can just leave the way they are and then put the email address. Don't worry about anything else. Make sure the send email is checked off. And once you've done that, click submit. And you know you've done it right because you will see at the bottom the enrollment invitation was created successfully in green. One note that I will tell you, if for some reason the email address that we have on file in the PM is incorrect, of course they're not going to receive their email PIN. If that's the case, the patient will need to come back into the clinic so we can make that correction. So that's another good reason why that it's better to send the emails, because if you decide to print out a PIN, the patient could possibly take that PIN home with them, try to sign in when they get home, and somehow either if they put the PIN in wrong or if they put their name in wrong and they try it multiple times, it'll eventually expire the PIN. And so they'll call you and they'll need a new PIN. Now, if you have their email address on file, all you have to do is go back in and resend. If you don't have their email address on file, then unfortunately the patient's going to have to come back into the clinic to give that to you. That's how you create a PIN.